We're ready for our last segment on estate sales. Now you kind of got into this one during our initial video about this corner sale.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about it. Let's go into it in a little more detail. How does this auction end up happening?
Okay, I got turned on to it a long time ago, and you can work it. They're usually done with sealed bids, but every county.
Well, is it done by the state or is it done by a professional?
It's done by the county or the state.
Okay. Do they hire an auctioneer to do it, or do they do it themselves?
They do it themselves. The coroner does it.
The coroner?
Yeah. Somebody kicks the bucket.
Okay.
And they have no family.
Okay.
And all this stuff is left in this house or apartment. And sometimes it's real good, sometimes it's not so good. They send somebody in there from the state or the county, depending on who's handling it. They go in and they box up all this stuff in the apartment, everything, even food. And they box it up, they take the furniture and they take it to usually like a stadium or a gymnasium. And they have little blocks marked out 10 by 20, 30 by 50, depending on the size of the estate. They pile all those boxes up real neatly, and the furniture and the tools or whatever is there, they put it in this little block area, and they name whose it was and the number of what you're bidding on.
So they actually use the guy's name, huh?
They do. And it's in the newspaper as a rule too.
Is that where you find out about them?
Yes.
In the newspaper?
You can find out in the newspaper, or you can call your local coroner or city officials and find out how and where they do this. They can be pretty good, by the way.
So is it different state by state?
I think it is. I've only been in 3 different states, but yes, I think they are.
So you've done them in California?
I've done it in California, West Virginia, and Ohio.
Okay, you haven't tried Indiana yet, or Illinois?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do a live
That's
video
an idea. That'd be neat, interesting.
So call your local, start with your city, and then move up the line, so to speak.
They could be pretty interesting because sometimes the people that go in there and pack this stuff up, they don't know and they don't care. They just do their job and it's all over with. And I think that they're pretty honest, to be honest with you, overall. I kind of liked it. The only trouble is you bid, then you got to wait. You know.
How long do you have to wait?
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks or 30 days. I didn't have to wait. Yeah. So everybody can bid on it, you know.
They leave that stuff in that stadium for 2 or 3 weeks for people to look at?
It's not really a stadium. It was a government building that was in, and it was used for that all the time.
Wow.
But I used that as a gymnasium so you could picture it.
Okay, so it's a sealed bid, so you put in a bid and you put your name and phone number and then you walk away?
It's true.
And then they just look at all of them and the top guy at the end? So you don't know where to start?
You don't know where to start, you don't know where to end, you don't know if you're on top or if you're on the bottom. You know, that's the bad thing about it. But I think overall those are run pretty fair.
Can you look at all the stuff, or is it like a storage auction where you're just stopped at?
You can't go through it, but it's sitting back there and you can see it, and you can see a lot.
So you can just stand by a line and look at it? Someone's there to tell you not to go through it?
I've heard that in some states that a lot of it's just sitting out. But the ones in California were always closed up. The ones in West Virginia, they were closed up too.
So you kind of got to check with your local
yes.
state to see how they're going to handle it. But
yes, they
plan on not seeing the stuff real close up.
That's what I would say. For the most part, there won't be a lot. There'll be a lot of little surprises. I got 2 or 3, but I didn't like it because I had to wait so long. I just didn't like waiting.
Now I'm guessing if it's the whole estate, it's always going to have furniture. Is that right?
Yeah, as a rule, it's got a lot of furniture. Some good, some bad. I've seen some really nice furniture. The bad thing about that is everybody can see it. They know that it's serious, and they give them like 2, 3 weeks or a month to look at it. And during that time, the people that really like it are going to bid on it.
And they're going to research it and kind of bid high.
I used to keep this in the back of my mind. If I wanted certain things or furniture, I'd go down there and I'd buy something. I'd use, maybe I wanted it for myself, and then I would sell the rest of it, you know, pay for the estate.
All right.
But you get some pretty good stuff. I've seen people get, I know a buddy of mine that swears by it. He got a lot of gold watches and rings, and of course they show them.
I've never heard of that type of sale, so I'm glad you brought that one up.
Yeah,
and like I said, I'm going to look into it in Indiana, and maybe we can do a video on that. That would be really cool. Meanwhile, I'd like to ask everybody out there, if you like listening to Jack and myself, please subscribe to our YouTube feed. We're putting out new videos every week, so we'd like as many subscribers as we can. And if you got comments about what you'd like to see next, please let us know. We're always listening.
And if we can help them with something, inform them, or something, we'd love to.
Yeah, any particular questions or answers you want us to cover, just let us know. All right, Jack, thanks for stopping in.
Okay.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.